So this Saturday, May 8, 2021, Canelo Alvarez will face WBO super middleweight champion to unify for the WBC, WBA Super, WBO ring and lineal super middleweight titles. So what do I think about this fight? In this fight, I'll be breaking down the fight itself and then giving my prediction. So first of all, let's talk about the favorite. Let's talk about the unified champion. Let's talk about the lineal champion, Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is coming off back-to-back wins at super middleweight, beating Callum Smith, former WBC and Ring Magazine, former WBA Ring Magazine and lineal super middleweight champion, and Evan Yildirim. Yildirim, formerly known for only being stopped by Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr., if any of you guys know, is a fighter that has failed at the top stage, but it could beat these C-level, B-level type fighters pretty easily. So that's Canelo Alvarez's resume at super middleweight. Canelo Alvarez's advantages are hand speed, combinations, and power. And, of course, upper body movement. What Canelo Alvarez needs to do to win the fight, he needs to smartly pressure Billy Joe Saunders. Because we all know Billy Joe Saunders is going to be running around the ring, moving around, bouncing around, and, dancing, what some historians like to call it. So Canelo Alvarez is going to need to do smart pressure fighting. Not just following him around like how he did against Lara. He literally followed Lara around, or like how he did against Floyd Mayweather. Followed Floyd Mayweather around for 12 rounds. He needs to do smart pressure fighting. He needs to cut off the ring, not follow Billy Joe Saunders all over the ring. Lara and Floyd Mayweather are both much smaller fighters than Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders is 6 foot with a 74-inch reach, where Floyd Mayweather was 5'8" with a 72-inch reach. So already here, Billy Joe Saunders will be giving Canelo Alvarez a few problems with that. Canelo Alvarez needs to stick to the body early, and Canelo needs to forget about the first 4 rounds. I don't think he's going to be sharp enough to win the first 4 rounds. Not because he's not good enough, but just because Billy Joe Saunders will run and jab from afar. Billy Joe Saunders is known to fade throughout the fight, even in his most recent performance against Martin Murray, where he won every round against Martin Murray. He beat Martin Murray 12-0, 120-108. His performance dipped after round 7. It was a clear dip. Maybe he just let his foot off the gas and started cruising. But I thought that he was not on the same level. Canelo Alvarez, his stamina has improved. But to be honest, we didn't see Callum Smith pressure Canelo Alvarez enough. Because Canelo Alvarez himself, in the second half of the Daniel Jacobs fight, he faded. In the second half of the rematch against Gennady Golovkin, he faded. He took a couple runs off against Sergey Kovalev. And his stamina looked great against Callum Smith, but that's because Callum Smith was there just to survive. It didn't seem like Callum Smith had any intention of winning the fight. Now let's move on to Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders has the size advantage, the reach advantage, and the foot speed advantage. Much quicker feet. What does he need to do to beat Canelo Alvarez? Just continue to move, and jab. And never let your back touch the ring. You gotta pretend that there's electricity on the ropes. Never let your back touch the ropes of the ring. And Billy Joe Saunders made a big fuss about the size of the ring. Canelo Alvarez wanted to put an 18-foot ring. Billy Joe Saunders did not let him. He wanted a 22-foot ring. They compromised, and now they're up to a 21-foot ring, which will do great advantages for Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders has a lot of room to move in that ring. 21 feet is a big space. So he needs to get on his bicycle from the very first second, pop out that jab, and continue to move. Don't ever let Canelo Alvarez get you in the corner or get you on the ropes. If you continue to move, if you flash your foot speed, you could win the fight. And to make sure the judges know that you're in the fight, you need to showboat. You need to laugh. You need to start waving with your left hand when you're throwing the jab, to make sure the judges see that, and to make sure you take the Canelo crowd out of that fight. Because Canelo Alvarez has gotten several close decisions before. He's gotten a close decision against Austin Trout. Look, I thought he beat Austin Trout 114-113 by a point. But one judge had it 118-109. Against Floyd Mayweather, I thought Floyd Mayweather won every round. The judges had it 9-3, 8-4, and one judge had it a draw. I don't know, like 9-3. I can't see 3 rounds for Canelo. How did one judge have it a draw? I don't know. He got another close decision against Erislandy Lara. I'm not sure how a fighter can win a fight with only landing 13 headshots. I know he was pushing the pace, but like, how do you win a fight when you only land 13 headshots? Like, I thought Erislandy Lara comfortably beat Canelo. I had Lara winning 8-4. Where one judge had a 9-3 Canelo, the other judge had a 7-5 Canelo, and one judge did give it a 7-5 to Lara. So, and both his fights against Gennady Golovkin were disputed. And with the first fight, he got a draw. Look, I don't see a problem with the draw, but where I understand where people are frustrated is that one judge had a 118-110. I thought Canelo beat Golovkin twice. I'm going to be straightforward. I thought Canelo beat Golovkin 116-112 the first time, and then 115-113 the second time. I'm going to be straightforward, man. I thought Canelo won the first fight. I was actually shocked when I heard everyone screaming robbery. I watched that fight live. I thought it would have been a bigger robbery if they gave it to Golovkin. Like, I thought Canelo did more than enough to win the first fight. That was me. I don't know. Because I thought that Golovkin did have the advantage with the jab, but Canelo landed the more powerful shots. But look, this isn't a Canelo-Golovkin debate right now. This is a Canelo-Billy Joe Saunders debate. Billy Joe Saunders, look, I'm going to be straightforward with you. This is Billy Joe Saunders' fight to lose. I can't see Canelo winning a decision in this fight. A fair decision. I can't see it. But he could get caught because Billy Joe Saunders does fade late in fights. But he's looking the greatest condition of his career. If he can come out to our early lead and then protect that lead in the second half of the fight and leave no doubt in the judges' minds and don't get caught with any silly shots, I think we can have a new unified super middleweight champion, a new lineal super middleweight champion. I think he can upset the odds. And there's no rematch clause. There's no rehydration clause. It seems like, and Billy Joe Saunders has already made a big fuss about the judges. It's going to be very hard to rob him. Billy Joe Saunders already got the ring that he wants. Billy Joe Saunders is reminding me a lot of how it was when Tyson Fury fought Vladimir Klitschko. I'm kind of getting deja vu. If Billy Joe Saunders can get up to a good lead and does not get caught with anything silly, this is his fight. I can't see Canelo outboxing Billy Joe Saunders. This is going to shock a lot of people because I see a lot of people saying, Billy Joe Saunders is European level. I'm like, are we speaking about the same Billy Joe Saunders? Are we speaking about the same Billy Joe Saunders that beat Chris Eubank Jr. fairly easily? He faded in the second half of the fight, but he swept the first 7 rounds. Are we still speaking about the same Billy Joe Saunders that dropped Andy Lee twice and took his titles from him? Are we speaking about the same Billy Joe Saunders that went to Canada in front of David Lemieux's home crowd and won 12-0? He swept all the rounds. I had him winning every single round. So I don't see how that guy could get outboxed by Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is very flat-footed. Canelo Alvarez struggles with southpaws. Canelo Alvarez struggles with movers. Could Canelo Alvarez beat Billy Joe? Could Canelo Alvarez outfight Billy Joe Saunders and get a points decision? Of course he could. But could he outbox him? No way. I can't see that. I can't see both of them throwing their jabs and both of them fainting and Canelo getting the point decision. I can't see that. The only way Canelo gets a point decision in this fight is either if the judges rob it for him, or B, if Billy Joe Saunders is sloppy and Billy Joe Saunders has not taken training camp extremely serious. If Billy Joe Saunders' stamina is not on point, he will be clipped. He might be dropped a couple times, and he'll get outfought, and Canelo will earn a rightful decision. But if Billy Joe Saunders is sharp and he's straight and like everything's perfect and everything's clicking, I think he's gonna beat Canelo Alvarez via decision in the 8-4, 9-3 type fight. But I don't know about Billy Joe Saunders' durability. Against Andy Lee is a bigger puncher than Canelo Alvarez. He didn't get stopped. David Lemieux is a bigger puncher than Canelo Alvarez. He didn't get stopped. Chris Eubank Jr. is a similar level puncher to Canelo Alvarez. He didn't get stopped. But none of those guys call him completely clean. So I don't know. I don't know if Billy Joe Saunders has an iron chin. If Billy Joe Saunders, like in my eyes, this is either a Canelo knockout or a Saunders decision. Because Canelo does have the power to knock out Billy Joe Saunders. I know Billy Joe Saunders does not have the power to knock out Canelo. He has the power to stun Canelo. Many people think Billy Joe Saunders has no power. No. Billy Joe Saunders hurt Andy Lee. Billy Joe Saunders dropped Andy Lee twice. Andy Lee, a very, very tough guy. He dropped him twice. So we don't know. I can't. I would be shocked if Billy Joe Saunders stopped Canelo. Unless it's like by cuts or something bizarre like that. But if Billy Joe Saunders caught Canelo and stopped him, I'd be shocked. Because Gennady Golovkin caught Canelo clean both times in both of their fights. Especially in round 5 in the first fight and in round 10 in the second fight. Both times he caught Canelo clean enough to knock down the house, and Canelo stayed up. So I can't see Canelo getting stopped by Billy Joe Saunders. But at the same time, I can't see Canelo outboxing Billy Joe Saunders. So if Billy Joe Saunders has the durability, this is his fight. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is Billy Joe Saunders' fight to lose. Ain't no way in hell is Billy Joe Saunders getting outboxed. If Billy Joe Saunders stays on his bike and pops out that jab and showboats and proves to the judges and shuts up the Canelo card early, we're walking away with a new champion come Saturday night. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know most of you guys think I'm crazy. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one for claiming Billy Joe Saunders is going to win. But don't be shocked if you heard and the new come Saturday night. Like and subscribe, of course. And Sadiq Boxing out.